Hello again, welcome to a new week. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. You're the real MVP. But if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Grace, but you can call me Gracie, and I am on a journey to grow 22 inches of hair. Yes, you heard right, girl. I want them inches. So I will be using different products and techniques that I will hopefully be able to incorporate into my usual hair care routine so that I can reach that goal sooner rather than later. So if that's something you're interested in, then please do consider subscribing and of course hitting that notification bell so you know every time I upload. And while you're there, why not follow me on my other social media accounts, which should appear somewhere around me right now. And if at any point during my hair growth journey you do decide to use one of the products or techniques that I'm using, then please go ahead and use this hashtag Gracie Crew Growth Journey so that I know that you are one of us. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Okay, my beauties, as the title says, healthy body, healthy hair. I think this is one of the hair growth tips that many people don't really talk about. They talk about like in passing, but they don't really talk about. But the truth is, if you are on a mission to grow your hair, this is one of the things that you have to realize. How your body is internally and even externally actually, and that would mainly the focus being the health of your scalp, of course, but how your body is functioning on the inside, and even as well your mental and emotional health have an effect on your hair. How do they have this effect? Well, when we think about our bodies, the way our body works is that when our body is working optimally, it's able to direct nutrients and everything that our different parts of our body needs efficiently. But when there is a situation, sorry if the lighting is changing, but when there is a situation where for whatever reason, could be injury, could be some type of disease, it could be anything that just causes a disturbance in the way your body functions, it will in most cases end up affecting your hair. As I said in one of my previous videos, I think I was talking about moisture. I think I could be wrong, but I will link the video. I did mention how that when you have any type of imbalance in your body, could be a nutrient deficiency, it could be a disease that you may have, whether that be a disease that you've had since you were a kid, like sickle cell, or a disease that came about, like type 2 diabetes because of, changing habits, changing diet, doing, not so good things to your body, or just like a switch up in your diet. It affects the way your body functions internally. So what happens is that most of the time our body has a way in which it sort of ranks it ranks the organs that are most important. Of course, the organs that keep us alive and they have really important function. So what happens is that when there's not enough, for example, water, there's not enough food, there's not enough nutrients being supplied to the body, what happens is that it stops directing that water or whatever it has access to certain parts of the body, like the skin, the hair, the nails, because it's focusing on keeping the most important organs alive. So that is why you will find that if you're someone that, for example, you used to drink a lot of water and then you stopped, you switched up diets to perhaps being, a normal diet to now becoming vegan or becoming plant-based, you will notice changes in your skin, changes in your hair. For some, it happens to be good. For some, they do notice they're losing hair, their skin is not the same as it used to be before. As I said, that is all, it all goes back to changes within your body. So how can you help yourself grow more hair I would say is by focus on, as with all things, because our health, our physical health, our mental health, and our emotional health greatly affect most things in our lives. So always try to do 1 or 2 activities each day that promote health in each one of these areas. For example, you could practice walking. You don't have to be, the gym girl, the gym guy, but walking is an excellent way not just to exercise but to reduce stress. It's an excellent way to just have your alone time where perhaps you listen to music, or perhaps you listen to your favorite podcast, or even have an audiobook playing. It's just your you time. You're able to just take it slow if you have a sort of fast-paced life. So walking is one thing I would definitely suggest you try out doing. The second thing is drink more water. It does not matter whether it's winter, it's summer, it's spring, whatever the season is, always ensure that you drink enough water. And most of us think we drink a lot of water, but if we really look throughout the day, probably the most we drink is like 1 or 2 cups of water. So make it a goal every day. For example, you could do simple things as with every meal that you have a glass of water. It could be as you are eating, it could be that you take the glass of water before or you take it after, but that will help you increase the amount of water that you intake. Another thing is always have a water bottle next to you. You could add fruits to it. You could make something like cucumber and lemon water, so that it's not just this like bland taste. There's so many ways you can do it. So incorporate drinking more water into your daily routine. Make it a habit. Do whatever you have to do. Put reminders if you have to, so that you drink more water. Your body needs water. Like, it loses water even without you trying, so it needs it to function properly. And the more that your body is functioning properly, the more that you're able to grow your hair more efficiently and even faster. Okay, so the third thing that I would advise is reduce the amount of stress that you allow. And this is hard because sometimes the stress, things that cause us stress, maybe things that happen on a daily basis. For example, you have a stressful job, you have maybe you have activities throughout the day that are quite stressful. But as I said before, if you cannot avoid doing those activities, at least add something that sort of helps you de-stress, helps you relax, helps you just okay, slow down, okay, have that time. The fourth thing is, I would say, keep a positive mindset. Something that a lot of people talk about is positive affirmations. But because I'm a child of God, I will go further and say, make affirmations based on the word of God. And we take it so lightly, but remember, God cares about every part of our lives. So if your hair is something that is quite important to you, why not get God involved with it? Make sure you make confessions about it. Tell your hair how long you want it to be. Tell your hair, hey, I need you to stop being dry. And sometimes it's not just that it will automatically happen like that. Sometimes it will be that he will give you ideas on how to do it better. He will guide you to the right people that will give you the right methods or techniques or solutions to do the right thing, which I hope I'm one of them. And that will assist you in growing your hair. So those are just some, nitbits here and there that you can take further, and you will see that yes, taking care of your body definitely helps your hair grow. It helps your body be able to say, okay, we're all good, then we can grow some inches. So another thing I would add is be sure to get your checkups as often as you can. Doesn't have to be so many times in the year, but whichever medical practitioner that you have access to, make sure you ask them questions. It's not always, as much as Google is convenient, sometimes it's not always the most accurate source to get information. Sometimes it's better to have someone that has been trained and knows what they're talking about to sometimes just sit down with you and help you understand certain things. So yeah, get checked up so you know what's going on in the inside. Even if you're healthy, it's good at least once or twice a year, get a checkup so that you know what's going on, you know what, if you're good or not, you know what you can do, what you can't do, and that will set you up in a way that you know how to plan for your hair growth. So that is about it about our hair growth tip of this week. I did not expect to speak for this long, but I hope this helped you out, and I will see you in next week's video. Don't forget to check out my hair growth challenge with Rosemary. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.